Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix and this is Trap Them. It's $4.99, came out in the Steam store a little while ago, but before I begin this Let's Try, I want to make sure you guys know that the developer reached out to me to cover their game. This is a key from the developer. It won't affect my opinion of the game, but I want to make sure you guys know. Now, Trap Them is a puzzle game that at first glance, I said, oh, okay, another puzzle game on Steam. But I was actually very surprised on what I found in Trap Them because there's a lot of clever puzzle design and in particular learning mechanics that they put into the game. For $4.99, for puzzle fans out there, I think this is going to be worth your time. And even though there are some elements that I don't like, I will get into that in a bit. So you do have a mixture of things. You do have like your basic puzzle, you have some action sections, which are basically puzzles in a different form, and then it's sort of a mixture between the two. And I'm going to show you exactly some of the puzzles that I'm talking about here. Now, this puzzle is simple enough. I got to get to the exit with that rupee that's there, crystal rupee. Now, the thing is that there are certain things I can't do. For example, if I jump in front of one of those mines, that little timer will go off and it'll explode, I will die. If I decide that I want to dig through these elements here, but I dig through the wrong element, of course there's an explosion. So the idea here is to get through without causing the explosions. And it's simple enough when you think about it. Okay, well, those bricks are sort of keeping the others up. If I take out one of them, but not the other structural one, then I'll be fine. And so I can move on. Now I look at this one and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I can't dig against that one, so I can't use that. I do have bombs, but how is that going to help me? Oh, I can use the first one sort of as a tool for the second. So I put a bomb there, and now look what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like the original one before I dug out that brick. And that's the idea here, is that in this learning mechanic, you're sort of learning as you go along. You know, wait a minute, that configuration, I can make that configuration via the other configuration, and thus I can then move on to the next portion. Very good game design here in terms of learning, in particular with the sectioned off portions here. And so the player feels like they've accomplished something and are able to go on to the next. Even here, where it looks completely different, I know that from the one that I just did, that I can make that one because I can dig out the certain elements of it. And so I dig it out, making sure that I don't sort of cause myself to die, because there is an element of gravity in this game, and you got to make sure that, well, you don't want the bricks to fall on your head, basically. So do that, there we go, dig it out, and I'm good. Good puzzle design all around here, and in particular, the way that you go about things, yeah, there's a cleverness to it, but there's a certain way that you have to go about things. Each solution only has one option in the end. So for example, I use that bomb to cause the dirt to knock out that ghost that carries one of the crystals. That red ghost will go after crystals and will take out the crystals from the orange ones. Now, I only have one way of knocking out that one ghost, so I use the crystal to lure him over to the other ones to try to get their crystals as well. I can't kill all three of them. I've already used one to get a crystal to lure him. And so now I gotta find a way to get him to take out that ghost. And so I put the crystal down. No, I don't put the crystal down yet. I'm gonna put the crystal down the next time he comes around so that he can grab it from that orange ghost. So I'm going to wait here, and boom. There we go. And he goes around and around, and he finally gets it. Now I need to lure him back over here. So I would want to make sure that he doesn't necessarily take the other ghosts with him. The other one decided to come along. But there we go. He's coming along, and so he'll go all the way around so that I can knock him out with that other section that I've dug out there. Not every solution is very straightforward, and I like that. The fact of the matter is you really got to think about each situation and each puzzle that you are given at this point. Very good in terms of design, and not everyone feels the same. Here, for example, I've got this bomb that I got to try to figure out how to deal with. He moves faster than other ones, and if he sees me in his line of sight, he's going to go after me. So there we go. Uh-oh. I'm not going to be able to outrun him and get the crystal at the same time. So what about if I explode that barrel portion of it? That should give me enough time to get down there, but I also have to make sure, you see, I didn't wait for him to go all the way over. So I have to make sure that I actually use that to my advantage. Wait till he goes all the way over first, and then move myself along. And there you see, that's all I had to do. Very simple solutions, but very interesting solutions. Now, there are some downsides of the game. I think the action sections in particular are more so just sort of reflexes, like you saw there. Basically, I got to get to the end where the ghost is before he does. This is using the controller and the keyboard. Trying to get there as fast as you can is a little bit annoying. And in particular, in this section, I was able to grab the gems before he got to the exit. I just felt like it wasn't necessary. The puzzle aspect was so strong. The action portions of this isn't necessarily better than other portions of it. I really think the strength of this game is puzzles. I do think variety is good in games, but I don't think this helped at all. Now, the visuals aren't, anything to write home about, nor is the sound design, and it doesn't need to be there, but it would have been appreciated to have a little bit more sort of artistic ability and some stuff put behind it. You're here for the puzzles, really, and you're here for the gameplay in question, and the gameplay is rather good. And it's the way that it goes about it that really sort of hammers it home. The puzzle variety is strong, and even though you have the same elements, it doesn't use them in the same way. And really, when it comes down to it, that's a good thing. At no point did I ever feel like the puzzles were overbearing. They were challenging, and I think there was a good mix-up there in terms of difficulty. I never felt a situation was sort of unwinnable, with the exception of the action sections at times, because I was just a slower player at that point. But even then, I felt like I could have done something at that point. Now, you see here, even there, you do need precision. I missed one of those guys, and I know that I can't deal with that at this point, because if I take out that one dig, it's going to drop the other one, but I have no way of taking him out, and so I got to retry again. There is an element of you having to retry, but it's not from the element of unexpected elements. It's more so from an unexpected, like, oh, I didn't think about that. And so because I didn't think about that, or I didn't perform well enough on it, I ended up screwing myself over. And so now I can dig through that one. It grabs all those enemies. I can get the crystals that they were, and go to the exit. Now, not to say that you won't get frustrated. You will. But it's more so the fact that in these kind of puzzle games, the frustration for me is more so when I feel like it's too easy, where I'm wasting my time. You don't want to be like overly complicated with the puzzles, but you also want to let the player be creative with their solutions. And this kind of stuff, like using the action section to drop the blocks so that you don't get hit by the mines, rather good. Again, this is a really solid puzzle game all around, which is impressive at the price of $5. And in particular, while you do learn new enemies and they do throw new elements at you, it's the mixture of those elements that really, really sell the game in the end. As you see there, I'm learning that, okay, this is how they move at this point. I should have been able to notice the first time that they went around, but I learned that a little bit, so I moved to the next section, realized that there's only 2 elements here, so I need to make sure that I drop portions of it on them. So I drop that one on him, get the crystal. I notice that he's moving back over here, so I'm going to try to make my way towards the other side. Got to take a look and see how he's moving. Down, up. Okay, I made a stupid decision not going forward or going up at that point. So again, I'm going to learn at this point and attempt to go through this. So it's going around and around. Gonna use this one to drop on him, grab the coin, go towards him. Notice that he went down the first time, so I can go down this time around and move myself back over there. Now, not to say that you can't make mistakes and feel like a dumbass, because here, yeah, I didn't really think that through. I should have waited a little bit longer, but it's those little mistakes that will keep you going, actually, because you know for a fact that it's your dumb mistake. It isn't an element of, like, oh, the game is, messing me up. It's more so the, like, how did I not figure that out? And another element of that comes up rather quickly here, because it's one of those things where it's like, I finally finished it, I finally ended it, and, well, dumbass. So, in the end, Trap Them is a good puzzle game, and if you're looking for a challenging puzzle game for $5, I don't think you can do any better than what Trap Them has to offer. I've been really impressed by the hours that I've played right now and the variety that I've been given. So if you're looking for something to challenge you, this is it, and I do think you should take the advantage of it. As you saw there, I didn't take advantage of that in the end there. So, all right, this is Dragnix signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and keep on gaming. Just use your head. Apparently I didn't. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this content and want to see more of it, you may want to hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. If you like this video and want to see more of this content, take a look at this video on the left-hand side as well. And if you missed my last video, take a look at the right-hand side. Once again, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.